G'day everyone, and welcome back to Nat's Necker's Yard, and welcome back to Nat. Having been off for a couple of weeks, much needed family time. A week up in Sherwood Forest, which was phenomenal, in a little cabin with the wife, the dog and the kids, not necessarily in that order. A quick change over Bristol way, and swapping the dog for a tent before living in a field for a year, felt like it. For a week at the Green Man Festival in Brecon, which was phenomenal, and a really good couple of weeks, although I'm utterly ball bagged now. I am back at work. I just thought I'd nip out briefly to show you the new project, which is, or a bit of an update. So Rat Boy is still here. I put it as pending while I was away so I didn't get harassed. I've just literally put it back up, so we'll see how that goes. I've got at least lots of interest, but one serious interest that should be coming to see it in the next couple of days. I've got Kit all good to go, and in fact I physically went into work yesterday. Kit fulfilled his role as my commuter for the first time and rode beautifully. I do have some footage, but it is loud. It is because it's a loud boy, it's really muffled, so I'm probably not going to put that in, and frankly it's a little bit nippy, and there's no point putting me putting footage of me up speeding, which this tends to lead you to do. But what I do want to do is show you the bike that Alex dropped off yesterday. So Alex is a long-term subscriber. He also subscribes to the Motorcycle Rescuer with Charlie. Charlie's had a couple of bikes off him over time. I don't think I'm being rude to Alex at all when I say he's not a finisher. He gets bikes, gets them running again, but he doesn't have the time, space, or really the inclination to try and drag results out like that. So this is a running bike, kinda. It's only just out of MOT, but literally 2 weeks out of MOT, but it runs kinda. I've had it running, and I've seen videos of it running on full choke, and even then the idle's not particularly good, but it shows the engine's fine. It's probably just carbs, so let's have a bit of a look-see over it. Right, so we have a 1994, I think, Honda CB Super 4, kind of the baby brother of the Super ones. Yeah, so let's have a quick look-see over it. Start at the front. Let's do the overall piece. It is on the V5 as purple. This is a spray can job, I think, or a home job. It's been well enough done. It's got a bit of sparkle in it, bit of sparkle, no sparkle. Not quite sure what's happened there, but nothing that can't be sorted. From the front end, tyres fine, discs fine. Haven't quite looked at the pads yet. There's not too much lipping or waviness on the pads. The wheels, both front and rear, look freshly powder coated, which is nice touch. Forks fine, a little bit weepy on the left, but I think that's cleaning rather than replacing, because it's not flooding out, so people get really panicky about seals, and actually a bit of plastic carton will probably clear that out quite nicely. If they were leaking, they would be wet. They are damp, which probably touch wood, touching my head, means that I should get away with a clean on that. Two horns, yep, fine. Minging indicators, but they do all work. I have had the battery on charge, so let's just do a left, right, left. Happy. Carry on with some of the electricals. Horns, slightly damp, but yeah, they work fine. Lights, I don't have a light switch, so I think this is lights permanently on, but that light is not on, so I think that's bulb, because full beam works fine. Also works on the flasher, although not an MOT requirement. Moving up, Top yoke, yeah, it's just a bit nasty. It's been hand painted badly at some stage. Clocks, got 52,000 on the clocks, but it is a kilometre clock, so that's good. That's low. This is really sun faded and you can see the light through it, but it works. What else have I got? Got some Renthal bars, albeit in a slightly odd colour for the bike. Moving back, engines grotty but doesn't look too bad. Radiator don't look too bad either. A little bit of home DIY tapeage going on. Now the carbs have got this seal overlap, so it's not got proper seals in there. It's been sealed with gunk, so that's probably not helping. So it's probably a carb repair kit. I do want to take note of what shape and size they are. I don't want to order them until I've got them. Be right back. Right, so yeah, not looking too bad. Bit grotty, but not too bad as things go. Shocks are grotty but salvageable. Frankly, I don't know if they're any good ones. They do look like proper Honda ones, which is nice. It's actually got mud guard, which seems to be one chain guard. Sorry, which seems to be one of the first things to get stripped off. Covers are okay. Back end's fine. Repaint required. Quick look at the brake. Yeah, on the pedal it works fine. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see. On the lever it works fine. Any more. Little stubby exhaust, which should sound quite cool once it gets a decent idle out of it. Rear wheel, again, freshly powder coated under all the keck, which is nice. Exhaust, grubby but pretty good and looks to be stainless steel. Happy. Yeah, more gunk on there. Tank, pretty big ass dent. So somebody's been riding this with massive cojones because they've hit those at some stage. I should be able to pull a fair amount of that out. I do have a pulling tool that I'll film again using that and give that a go. Failing that, I have quite fancied the idea of going inside a tank and knocking it out. Now I've actually got a decent angle there, you can see. So I might give that a go as well. Not done that either. Give it a go and see what happens. Yeah, carbs are definitely needing some work, and Alex said just exactly the same anyway. He says there's a pinhole leak in one of the fuel pipes as well, so it is definitely a carb-tastic. So see if we can get any activity out of it, shall we? Right, so going live on this, let's see how we go on it. It's all staying cold. All I've really done is charge the battery. It was on, choke is on full. Bad at all. Oh, slightly pissed camera. Now I don't think I can get any revs out of this. I think it's just going to die the second I touch the throttle. Let's give it a go. New setup there. off. I'll just let it run for a bit, see if I can use the fuel up out of the carbs, because the carbs are going to have to come off. Potentially tonight. See. Right, so what do I need to do? I need to seat off, tank off. It's not going to be now. This is just a few minutes while I'm out in the garden and it's quiet. Go for seat off, tank off. It's got an airbox, which I like. I don't like pissing around with pods. Airbox back, carbs off. I'm going to see if I can get a decent look at them and grab a carb rebuild kit. Is that a thump? Or is that how it looks? No. That's how it looks. Right, cool. Happy. So, yeah, there we go. What am I thinking? What's the vision, Nat? The vision is getting it running. I don't think it's a million. I'm tempting fate. I don't think it's a million miles off. It sounds like there is a jetting or a fuel delivery issue going on there. To me, there's no massive obvious leaks, so the sealing stuff is doing its job. It just looks a bit ratty, but that's nothing that I can't fix. Never really played with Hondas. I tend to find myself gravitating towards Yamahas and the occasional Kawasaki, but you know, Honda engines do have a reputation of just going forever. The engines seem sound on this. I'll obviously check the oil as well, but first job over the weekend is going to be that carb. Now my output of videos has obviously been disrupted by being away on holiday. Like I say, I am back, but we do have visitors coming up this bank holiday Monday, now that COVID restrictions and everything else have lifted. So I'm not going to rue that. I'm really grateful for it, but got the sister-in-law, brother-in-law and their kids coming to visit, so I'm not going to have a great deal of tinkering time, but I do want to get those carbs off because I'm going to have to order a kit. I don't want to do it blind. I've tried looking, and for the CV400 there are loads of different carb kits, and all of the gaskets are different sizes. I made the mistake of ordering a Phase 1000 kit for that and then wondering why it didn't fit. I don't want to do the same for this because it burns, well, money, but it burns time while you're waiting for things to be delivered. So I want to get the carb off, have a look around before I start ordering stuff. Right, that's me. Nice short one, this. A little bit of an introduction. Long-term goals, aspirations for this. Obviously, you get it up and running again. Do I go for something funky? I don't like that paint job. I think these are becoming increasingly rare. What I might try and do, I'm not a bike restorer. I'm not that talented, frankly. But the bare bones on this are good. You know, the frame paint is good. The wheels are fantastic under that keck. The engine needs a clean up. That's okay. That's within my capabilities. I can't restore a bike, but what I might do is go for a bit of an homage, if you like, on this one. So a bit of research, look at what the original paintworks look like, and just go for something close. Go for something that you know, that doesn't repeat the past but echoes. I think that's what I'm after on this. Now this is just above the licensing requirement for an A2 license, only by about 3 or 4 horsepower. So I might restrict it. I don't like the idea of restricting bikes. I don't really see the point of, you know, tearing back horses that the designers have put in a bike. But I don't know. I've never done it before. I'm interested to see, you know, how it's done, or even if it can be done with this bike, and see. So I'm tempted to restrict it to make it A2 compliant, which obviously for resale gives a bigger market. My only slight concern with a 400cc bike is if you've got a full bike license, would you want one? Don't know. I think, I've had to come down from a 900 to a 600 to go onto kit, albeit the fact that kit is considerably more lively than Dave certainly was. Interesting side note, Alex, that I got this bike from, is actually the brother of the guy that bought Dave, which is incredibly small world. In fact, I think Alex pointed him in Dave's direction and my direction to purchase him. But yeah, so it is a small world. Right, cool, that'll do me for now. I'll get something thrown up over the weekend, I think, on the carbs, but first job is to get that carb off, see if we can flush that and clear that a little bit better. But yeah, what do you think, people? Not played with a CB400 before, really looking forward to it. Cheers all, catch you later.